attorney who was initially set to represent the man charged with murder in the death of Tupac Shakur, says Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is no longer his client. Ross Goodman said in an email that Davis was not able to meet the terms of the agreement. It's unknown who will now represent Davis going forward.
Okay, folks, we're going to get into some breaking news right here. So, Keefe D was arraigned, but without an attorney. Now, why is that? Well, the attorney that he originally had has exited the case. So, Keefe D is going to have to rely on a public defender to handle his case from here on in, which means that this doesn't sound like the best of news for him. Now, for those of us who have been through the system, having a public defender as your representative isn't necessarily a good thing, especially in cases like this, because public defenders, their caseload is usually swamped, and to alleviate their caseload, they usually encourage their client to take the deal that the prosecution is offering so they can quickly move on to the next case. And Keefe D's case is going to need very special attention, and not the attention that public defender is going to give a Keefe D, because it's going to be minimal to none. He's going to just try to get the case quickly out of his hair so he can move on to whatever is in his stack load. So, so it just seems like Keefe D is just going to be headed up the river with no paddle. And there's some, particularly some on YouTube, and I'm going to say names. Gene Deal. Gene Deal believes that Keefe D may get off. But, Gene Deal does have a point when he breaks it down as to why Keefe D may get off. But I don't think Keefe D is going to get off because, one, Keefe D pretty much established through numerous interviews, his book, and his documentary, a chain of events that placed him in the vehicle in question when the incident occurred. Even though that there's no witnesses there or anything, Keefe D pretty much placed himself at the scene of the crime. Two, there's no way that Las Vegas or Clark County is pretty much just going to let Keefe D slide into the sunset, because the current prosecution team and the current administration of Las Vegas wants to send a message to whoever would do a brazen crime like that in their city. So Keefe D is going to be used to send that message. And three, as we all know, Keefe D can't afford a high-powered attorney that's really going to give his case the attention that it needs. Now, if somehow at the 11th hour somebody was to donate some money for Keefe D to get a paid lawyer, then Keefe D may just have a chance. But since he doesn't have a dream team, and since he just has a mere public defender handling his case, we pretty much know how that's going to go. It's either going to be, well, the prosecution has this deal for you on the table. You can plead to this, and you can do this time. Or if this goes to trial, we're going to give you more time. So either way, Keefe D is screwed. So, Gene Deal, he's entitled to his opinion. He knows his thing. He was involved in law enforcement as a parole officer, working in the probation office, obviously, so he knows his stuff. But I just don't see Keefe D walking on this. Plus, another thing why I don't really see him walking is after you were with the people that did the crime in question, you had the nerve to live in the area where the crime occurred. Granted, you live in Henderson, which is a suburb of Vegas, and which is just 20 miles away from the strip, give or take, driving and traffic and all that. So you're gonna live in the same city where you allegedly did those things and where you said that you did those things from your own mouth. So yeah, Las Vegas is gonna send a message Keefe D's way. I just don't really see Keefe D getting out of this, really. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens from here on in. But my prediction is the prosecutor is going to approach the public defender with a deal for Keefe D. Keefe D may say yay or nay and say, yo, F that, we're going to go to trial. And at trial, the fix is going to be in. No matter what Keefe D says, it's gonna be like, well, you know something. This is gonna be a quick trial. We're just gonna find him guilty. We'll just let Keefe D extend the rope to hang himself, and we're just gonna sit there with our popcorn and watch. That's all they're gonna do in that courtroom. But I just don't see Keefe D getting out of this. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you might think another way about this case. So, audience, tell me what you think. Let me know in the comment box. This is Iron Will Media.